Hey guys, what's going on? It's cold. It's cold as hell in here. I've got 71 degrees. My God. It's really like it's 66 degrees. It's cold and chilly in here. Well, I was just called and I don't have to come to work today if I don't want to. And not that I don't want to. They got something else going on. So I'm supposed to be painting. I'm going to. But I just sit here and play on the computer, and I'm not goofing off or anything. I'm actually working because it's a fishing to me. Fishing is how I sharpened my teeth, or this is how I practiced how what I want to say and what I want to do, how I'm going to say it, and whatever. I practice. Like the people like to think that the Old and the New Testament are separate, just because one's older and one's newer, and that they could tell how God reacts in one and God reacts in the other. Well, when you can see the spiritual side of the Bible, there's no real difference at all, and not even in the message. It's just that what do we get from God? Or in the Old Testament, is we get a relationship with our mind about consciousness itself and God, and so through the birth of consciousness, and then once it's all going on, we learn about brothers and children and stuff like that, and this birth of the soul, even. All right, Adam. Never a person. Adam becomes a consciousness. The soul doesn't show up until we finally get Abel, and then Abel is killed. All right, which is the whole point of the story. And the other part of it is that we're introduced to God on this, and then in the Second Testament, or the second whatever, it's the introduction of the way. But it's not like the way isn't shown in the first either. It's a set my people free. All right. And God's people in the stories, we're just going to read right off the top of the Bible, are Jews. Someone who is Jewish, a Jewish person. And the idea that you'd wind up being all in a family type of thing, which makes you think that only Jewish people are allowed to do it. You have to be born a Jew in order to be a part of this. But the whole story is about taking 3 days to change your mind, or 3 days off to go and honor your maker, and everything will be okay. But in the stories, there's nothing. There's always something stopping you. This outside world's always stopping us from being able to go and honor mother, father, and sow the seed correctly. But we get this: set my people free. All right, because God wants Moses to set his people free. Don't do this. Oh, but I can't talk. I can't speak. Oh, go get your brother. Get your brother. We'll let your brother do the speaking for you. The brother is the soul. You bring him. We'll take care of this. I'll give you the rod of Moses. That's a, rod of God, which is our spine. Toss that stick of yours on the ground, and it turns into snake. And freaks them out, stuff like that. Well, anyways, this is the Kundalini, so it's not missing in the first part of these stories. It's the lamps and all those things, trimming of the lamp. And the marriage in the story is the coupling, when the right and the left sides of the brain come together. This is mother and father become one. So to set my people free up there, it's the idea. It's his people are the souls of our body, what's inside of us. Just like in his stories, it's what's bound, what's inside of you is what I want. Jesus wants to pull out what's inside of us. Set my people free, you guys. And so that's the command to go and honor mother and father so that this can even happen. That's the whole point of all these stories. It's to show you that we can take over, just take the inheritance away from the outside, because they'll get it no matter what, unless we can sneak it away from them. And that's the idea of don't let the left hand know what the right hand's doing, because it's the right hand. It's the right hand reference, the idea that we're going to toss our nets over to the other side. We're going to take care of him. They're going to put the bridle on. We're going to learn to tame this other side of us. And this is the whole point of it. And so, so Jesus at the very end of the story comes riding in on a white horse, and everybody's cool. This is Jesus in the air. All these stories are of a lifting to bring something up, even from when it comes down to Noah's Ark. Of course, there's been lots of this in the real world. There's water everywhere. Yeah, floods. Yeah, they're floods. Okay, all right. But this particular story is used as a reference of that there is a ground floor, which is what it sits on. There's 2 more floors plus a window. That's the 3 stick. That's the earth, water, air, and fire. Those are the 4 levels of consciousness. And this is not my invention at all. This is something called science, and God becomes this polarized energy that has they're actually opposites of each other in the balance. But when one side is greater than the other, and in our situation, we are brought in without her. All right, the right's gone. So all we have is this. So yeah, this is too much. This is too much. There's no balance, and so this is the energy of Saturn. And want and greed and need. This is where the material side of us, this is where the physical piece of us anyways is. This is the carnal mind. That's what this is. This is father all by himself without mother. That's what he is. And with father and religion, the bitch, then the seed spoils. You never get this child. You never get to connect to God because you don't have this child. It's an electrical connection inside of us that while we are doing one thing, it's not going to work. 2 guys, 2 male energies cannot create this child. And that's what everyone gets so screwed up about with the Trinity. You've got to have a feminine energy in here in order to create this child. And religion just happens to be the lovers of men because everything's related to fags, because the fucking people can't get their mind over nothing else more than that. It's just 2 energies, 2 electrical energies of the same energy cannot create this child inside. It can't create this pulse. So, you guys are just bumping pussies, or bumping whatever penises, not getting anywhere. I think they call it docking. I don't know. I have no idea. All right. But anyways, as long as you are doing it wrong, you're not connected to God, So here we are being blamed as being, new age, new this, new. It's right in our Bible. The information's right in our Bible. If you drink from her, death. It's also the spiritual side of our Bible saves us. It's the side that we teach here in this channel. This is the side that saves us. And both sides of the Bible work just fine. If there was a Trinity, it would be Islam, and Islam proves to be, no girl, no woman, no mother, and no child either, no children. Muhammad was not one of his children. He was just some patsy on earth, all right, and stuff like that. So anyways, so there is no mother and there's no children in their story. So, we don't count them. I think that it's if anything, it's representing totally just father, and because there's no salvation, then there's no code. You know, you're just winging it. You're just winging it with a, either a tampered religion or a made up one. You know, like any other ones that are made up. You know, Scientology and things like that, and Mormons. You know, there are fake religions. You know. All right. So, anyways, I'll chat with you soon. Oh, so just for the hell of it, just for the fun. Remember, religion is the business. It gives us the business. So when people say, "Oh, I don't trust organized religion," well, what religion is not organized? The idea, it's all going to create a cult, no matter how you do it. If you do not recognize the inside, the truth, if you don't see the spiritual side of it, yeah, it's going to be garbage. Of course, it will. No matter what you swallow, it's going to be garbage. It's made to be that way, you know. So I just thought I'd say hi, and I go. I'll do a real live lesson. I promise, But this is the overall business with our Bible. There isn't anything that we haven't already uncovered. They were born on earth with this broken home, this idea. We're supposed to find mom later on, but until then, we ride with father on our own, growing our hair, remaining unclean on purpose, that this is what it's for. And just because you think you got God in this, because you think you got Jesus in you, that's all part of the course. Enjoy it. It's still poverty. It's still poverty, but you can believe anything you want. You'll know when it's all done. You will know when it's all done. You will. All right. I'm just guaranteeing you that you will know it. And the first thing that you're going to have a terrible taste in your mouth towards will be religion. It's beautiful, But look at me. I have to still teach it. I don't teach. We have to have the basics. All right. All right, you guys. I love y'all very much. I really do. And hopefully when you see me again, there'll be a painting on that back wall and I'll be started on it. All right. If I know what's good for me. And you. I'll chat with you soon. Bye.